Virtual reality is also making its way into other creative mediums, as this next story explains. Artists are using the technology to recreate the devastated city of Aleppo and show it through the eyes of a young boy.
How did the Syrian city of Aleppo look like from a child's eyes before the war? Creator-producer Alex Pearson and Syrian Mohammed Ketish, who's now 15, have an answer. And that's what's driving the crowds to Sheffield's Millennium Gallery. Users put on a virtual reality headset to take a journey around Mohammed's city. There's its UNESCO World Heritage Citadel, the zoo and the famous souk, which burned to the ground in 2012.
You'll be taken on a tour through the city and you'll get to hear about some of his favorite buildings, the stories that inspired him to recreate them as models, but also his own personal relationships and also how he plans to sort of not necessarily improve, but to restore them and actually make the city even better than it was before.
Mohammed no longer lives in war-torn Aleppo. He isn't present at the opening due to visa problems, but the family greets visitors via video call while they take a tour of Mohammed's world.
It's an extremely effective way of, taking you into that world, that little boy's world. And what I loved about it was, I loved the model to start with. That's really cool. And you're sort of thinking, okay, he wants to reconstruct Aleppo for the future, but of course, really what he's doing is he's remembering it all, and it's very touching.
Mohammed began building his model of Aleppo when he was 10, as bombs fell all around him. Working from a spare room in his family's home, he included not just the buildings he loved, but improvements he thought would benefit the city. But the family were forced to flee the country, leaving the original behind. Alex Pearson was so touched with Mohammed's story that he contacted the family, and their collaboration grew from there.
In many respects, I've grown up with him at that time, and I can imagine it in the future with him returning to it with his memories of it, and also restoring it as he imagines it. And for me, even though I've never been there, I really look forward to hopefully he'll invite me, and I'll join him. We'll lay out the blueprints that he's designed as a professional architect, and he'll start pouring cement as the foundations, and we'll see. I'll be able to watch him resurrect the city.
The model and virtual reality experience will soon be touring Latin America, so even more people can see Mohammed's dream for his city and future Aleppo, where he hopes to one day return as an architect helping to redesign and rebuild the city.